In today's video, we're going to see if we can get this 2020 plate Triumph 1050 Speed Triple S started for the first time since 2022. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Two Axles. In episode 2, we're going to see if this 1050 Triumph Speed Triple S starts for the first time. Now I just want to say a shout out to all the people that have commented, every subscriber. I really appreciate it, and we need your support to grow this channel. Like I said, I've been doing this for years, but I thought I'd open a channel and start a channel for you guys so you can see what I do in my time. Now as the channel grows, I'm hoping that we can get more bikes on the ramp, we can get more revivals, and we can get more startups. Now with your support, we can get that done. Now I just want to shout out to people that have commented, and I've taken every comment on board, and I appreciate all your help. Now there were two comments that stood out to me clearly. One regarding the mic. Now I appreciate that, and I totally agree with you. When I watched the video back, the mic sound quality wasn't that great. So I've actually got a new mic now, and I'm hoping that the video and the quality of the sound is more clearer for you. The second comment that I had is regarding on the previous video, is when we checked the oil on this bike. Now somebody did comment stating that because I had the bike jacked up, that the oil level wouldn't have been right and it wouldn't have given a true reflection. I totally agree, but like I said, there wasn't anything registering. But to show you guys that I am listening to you, I am going to just quickly check the oil again with the bike off the actual jack. Now if you haven't watched episode 1, I do recommend that you go back and watch episode 1, where we go around this bike and we spot out what is actually wrong, or what we think is wrong with the bike. Now in the first episode, as you remember, I did say in this episode we're going to change the fuel, we're going to do the oil change, we're going to check the air filter to see if anything has got inside there that's chewed anything up, because the last thing I want is to start this bike and any debris or anything in the air filter box gets sucked into the intakes, and then it's going to destroy things. So yes, we're going to check that. I also stated on the previous video that we're going to do the coolant change. Now after contemplating over the last week, I don't think we need to change the coolant, because primarily this video is to see if this bike it can get it started. Now I don't want to dive into doing anything else with the bike, because if this doesn't start, then I don't want to throw money at it if it's not going to be anything good to us. I'm hoping that we can get this started in this video, and then over the next few videos we'll get this back on the road and get it back out onto the tarmac. You're watching Two Axles, stay tuned, let's get to it. Right guys, just to tell you that I am going to do the oil check one more time. Listening to your comments, as you can see, the jack is now up. Jack is now up. The bike is back on its level. So we'll just quickly check this oil, and then we'll see if that's made a difference. Like I say, regardless of what it shows, I am going to be changing the oil. But I do, like I say, I do appreciate your comments. It does mean a lot. And like I say, everybody, I don't know everything, and with your guys' support, we can get more bikes back on the road. Right, so I've cleaned off the oil. As you can see, there's literally nothing showing on there. We'll put it back in. We'll pull it back out. If there is oil showing here, like I say, it does mean that there is something inside, but it's not enough to register it. Right, as you can see, there's literally no oil inside it. But like I say, I do appreciate your comments, and I listen to everything that you guys say, and regardless, we're going to do the oil change on this. So let's get to that. Right, so in last video I did some purchasing. So we've got some moto oil. I always use this in my bikes. It's great stuff. I always highly recommend it. This one I got on Amazon. It was the cheapest I could find for the spec that I needed. I'll leave the link in the description, so if you guys need it, then you can purchase it yourself. Like I said, Amazon was the cheapest. It's not a sponsored video, but I always shout out to wherever I can get things cheaper, and this one was around about £30, but like I say, I will leave the link in the description. we've got a Urasa battery. I always run these batteries, they're super reliable, and I got this again off Amazon. It was the cheapest place I could find it. I paid £32 or £33 for this, but I will leave a link in the description should you guys wish to purchase it. I am going to run a Canon filter on this as well, a Canon oil filter. Now I know people will state that you should always use original, or people are quite adamant that we use original Triumph. However, I've always used Canon filters in my cars and on my motorbikes, and I've never had a problem. They are high flowing filters, so they're great to use, and I will be putting this on there. We've got 2 to 3 litres, I think 3 litres of fresh fuel in there, so we will drain the fuel and then we will see if this bike starts. Stay tuned guys, because this is going to be a great one. Right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop the oil. There is a 13mm nut under there. The oil filter is tucked up against the sump. It is pretty difficult to get to, so you will need the oil filter removal tools to remove it safely. You possibly could get a strap around it, but it is quite tight under there. So first thing we need to do, we need to get this belly pan off, just to give it easier access to the actual oil drain plug. Okay, so there's a Allen key bolt under there, one under this side, on the opposite side exactly the same, and then there is one bolt here, and then it just slides in. So there's 2 bolts, one on this side, one on the other. We're going to whip them off now, and then we will be able to get to the oil to drain it. Right, so we're just going to jack this back up. It just gives us enough stability on the bike, and also if we jack the back of the bike up, we will move any oil that's in there. We can push it forward, so we can get most of it out. Under normal circumstances, I would run this bike for about a couple of minutes to 5 minutes just to get it warm, so all oil can come out. But like I say, it doesn't start, so we've got to do what we've got to do. So let's get this jacked up, and then we're going to drop this oil. Okay, so there is a 13mm nut here that we need to take off. That will drain the oil out. Like I said, I have jacked the bike up, so it will give that flow to try and get as much oil as we can out, whatever's in there. And the filter is tucked up under here. We're going to get a socket on there, oil socket, and get that removed. Okay, so we're going to take the oil out. So there is a 13mm nut on there, oil drain nut. When you are taking it out, just make sure that you don't yank on it too hard. You want to get the nut socket on, and you just want to crack that seal, because we don't know how long it's been off. Last time it was off, and you don't want to pull it too hard, so you just want to crack the seal. So normally I put the ratchet on it, hold it on one side, and just tap it up with my hand to crack the seal. Yeah, so we've got that loose. Now it is they are long bolts these, so just keep persistent, and then we'll see how much oil comes out of here. Right, so when you've loosened it, you want to be opening the nut, and then the oil should start coming out. Like I say, there's not going to be much in here, guys. Okay, a bit more than I expected, to be fair. I'll let that drain, and then we're going to take the oil filter off whilst that's draining. Right, so we've drained all the oil's drained out now, is dripping. So we're just going to clean the sump plug off, and then we're going to get that back in. Okay, so there is oil in there. I would say about 1.5 litres. So there wasn't enough to register on the dipstick. So good news is that there was oil in there. So we're just going to give this a quick wipe, and then we'll just get the nut back in. Now the torque spec for the drain nut is 25 Newton meters. So we're going to torque that up now. Okay, so I've got my torque wrench, so we're going to set it to 25 Newton meters. Okay, and I'm going to put the okay. So when you're torquing up, you just need to hold at the bottom of the handle. Don't force it, and just until it clicks. So we keep turning it. Like I say, it's 25 Newton meters. So you'll hear that click, click, and that's torqued up. Like I say, you don't need to go crazy on torquing up. Always go for the manufacturer specking of the torques, because if you torque it up too hard, it's gonna either thread the bolt, the bolt, and that's going to be a whole new ball game and a bad day for everybody. Right, so we need to get the filter off next. So with the filter, we need to be using a filter removal tool. Like I say, it is tight up against the sump, so we need to get that out. I put some cardboard down just to catch the filter, now because I don't want to get oil everywhere. Right, let's get to that. Right, so we've got the fuel filter off, oil filter, sorry. As you can see, it's a genuine Triumph one, so I'm assuming this has been on the bike since new. We're going to have a look in the, I'm going to get the new K&N filter on. Okay, I always recommend when you're putting the filter on, you put some oil around the seal, just so it seals up tightly onto the actual engine. So if you ever need to take it off in the future, it's not seized up. Now when you're getting this on, when you tighten it back up, you just need to nip it up. You don't need to over tighten it, because if you over tighten it, it's either gonna break or crack the filter, or it's gonna strip the threads. So there's on the K&N filter, which is a good thing about them, they have a 17 mil socket attachment on there. So when you're screwing it in, put your 17 mil on the bottom and screw it in, and then you need to nip it up until you don't force it too much. You just nip it, keep nipping it until it stops, and then that'll be enough for the oil filter. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close to getting this thing started. Like I say, the oil filter is a bit of a messy job, but we're getting there. Stay tuned. Later on you're gonna find out if this baby fires up, and I'm filming this at the same time as you guys are finding out, if that makes sense. So stay tuned. We'll get this on now, and then we'll start putting the fresh oil inside. So I just want to show you the oil. So good news is that there was oil in there, but like I said, there wasn't enough for it to register on the actual dipstick. So it's going to get something to dip it in, so we can see how the oil is. So if you can see, it is very, very black. So this hasn't been changed in a long time, and I'm putting my bets on that it hasn't been changed since brand new. This bike has definitely been neglected. It's a shame really that it's been so neglected, but with our help we're going to get it back on the road and give it a bill of health. Like I say, later on we're going to find out if this fires up. I'm getting so excited about this, honestly. I can't wait to hear it sound with the SC Project exhaust. It's going to sound absolutely awesome. Right, let's get the fresh oil in, and then we're one step closer to finding out if this baby starts. Right, so we're going to get the oil in now. So I always use a funnel. It just keeps things tidy. So we'll put the funnel in there. Now with Triumph, there is a recommended oil. I think it's, off the top of my head, it's 3.2 litres. This is a 4 litre bottle or tub, however you want to pronounce it. But we'll get 3 litres in, then we'll do an oil check, and then we'll top it up. And when you're topping up, you're looking to get it in up to that line at the very most. Okay, so we're going to get the oil in now. Right, so we've got about 3 litres of oil in there. I'm just going to do a check. Like I say, once we've got up to the spec, we're going to have to, once it's started, we're going to have to check again anyway, because the oil filter is going to get filled with oil, so that's going to use some as well. So it's registering, which is good. And before anybody says, yes, I did put the jack down, it is level now. And whilst I'm doing the oil, filling up the oil. Right, it's starting to register slightly, so let's stick a bit more in, and then hopefully we'll get to the level that we need. No, so we'll put a bit more in now, and then we'll see now whether it's on level. Like I say, we'll need topping up again once we've got the bike started, just to give the time for the oil to circulate, fill the filter up, and then we'll just check it again once we've started it. It's getting close now, and can't wait to hear this baby roar into action. Later on in the video we'll find out if it starts up. Hopefully it will do, and then we can crack on. So what my plan is to, once it's started, is to then we're going to go through the 12,000 mile service, do the valve check the valve clearances, and all the other bits and bobs, and then get it MOT'd. And this is going to be my daily rider for this season. But like I say, with your guys' help, subscribing, supporting the channel, we can get more bikes on this bench and get more bikes onto the road. Right, so we've put some more in. Let's check it now. It's used just over 3 litres I've put in now, so hopefully this will be fine. Oh yeah, bang on the money. So you can see it's registered oil now. This is happy days. Right, so oil's done. I'm going to get the bike down, lower the bike, and then we're going to check the air filter to make sure that there's nothing that's been inside there that's destroyed it. Right, let's check this air filter, but first we're going to drain this fuel. Right guys, so we're going to drain the fuel now. I'm going to use this syringe. Okay, I do use this to do all kinds of other jobs, like removing oil, things like that. So we're going to get this tank open, we're going to drain the fuel, and then we're going to get the fresh fuel in. And that's another job ticked off, ready to see if this baby starts later on in the video. Right, so we're going to just drain it out. So like I say, wow, that stinks. So you just pull it up. I'm going to just take a little bit out to show you. Literally, it's disgusting. Right, I'm just going to get this drained out, and then we're going to get the fresh fuel in. Right, so I've drained all the fuel out. Sorry guys, I was going to show you, but it's just a boring task. Literally syringe it out, put it into a tub, and then recycle it properly down at your waste recycle. Now, the petrol, make sure you recycle it properly. It is harmful to the environment. Right, so we've got 3 litres of fuel in here. I'm going to just stick this in here, and then we've got fresh fuel. So then we've got the oil change, fresh fuel. Then I'll have to lift this tank up, I'm assuming, to get the battery in, and at the same time we'll check the air filter, and then we're going for a start, guys. We're going for a start. It better start, honestly. It better start. So let's get the last bits in. Right, fuel's in. Right, fuel's in. Right, we're going to lift this tank up. There is 2 10mm bolts here, so you take 1, 2. We need to pull the seat off. I've gone ahead and released, so you need to release the back seat, so you can pull that off, and then there's 2 Allen key bolts here. Take them 2 bolts off, and then this seat should lift off. So we'll get that off, and then I'll take these 2 10mm out here, and then we'll lift this tank up. Okay, so we need to take 2 10mm, 2 Allen bolts off here. So we'll get these off, and then the tank should lift straight back up. Okay, so we've got the 2 10mm bolts out. 10mm Allen keys, and this tank, this seat, just lift out. Okay, so get that seat down on the bottom here. And then now we're going to take the two 10mm bolts out of the front of this tank, and then we should be able to lift this tank up. Like I said, bearing in mind it's got 3 litres of fuel in. It's not going to drip out anyway, so well, hopefully not. We'll get two 10mm out, and then we'll lift this tank up. Okay, so we'll take the two 10mm out here. So we'll get them out now. Right, so the two 10mm are out, so we should be able to lift this tank, hypothetically. Just watch out for any wires. Okay, so there's plenty of clearance. Now I've got this old metal piece. I'm just going to put it in here, and we're just going to rest the tank. We'll find somewhere to wedge it. Okay, so the tank's up, so we're gonna get the wait a minute, there's a bolt missing here, so somebody's obviously been in here before. Everything looks like it's plugged in. Right, so there's some star keys here, so we've got 1, 2, 3, there should be number 4 there, and then 5, but there's only 4, so let's get them whipped out now, and then we should be able to pull this air filter out, and then we'll get the battery on. Alright, it's coming closer, coming closer, coming closer. We're going to get this started, man. It's going to start today, I've got a feeling. Right, just to make things easy, I'm just going to whip them out with the impact. Right, so we've got all these bolts out. Now we're just going to pull the air filter out. Now, according to some research, you just lift this, so it should just pull out. Okay, there we go. Right. Okay. Right, this, to be fair, that doesn't look too bad, does it? So it looks like somebody's changed the air filter before. Let's have a look in there. Yeah, it's pretty clean. I'm just going to get my torch and I'm just going to have a quick look inside. It looks pretty clean. Well, let's get the torch inside. I'm going to bring you guys close so you can see as well. So you can see it is pretty clean inside there. So I'm happy that there's nothing been living inside there. So that's good. We'll get the air filter back in, and then we'll get this battery on, and we're going to switch it on for the first time. It's getting exciting, guys. It's getting exciting. Right, air filter's back in. Right, let's get this battery on, and then we're going to turn the key. So it's self-explanatory, guys. So you put the batteries will sit side flat like this, and then there's two 10mm nuts that hold the battery terminals in. Always put the live on first, and then you put the negative last. So let's get it whipped in, and I'll be right back with you. So we've got the positive on, and we get the. This is scary, guys. It's scary. Oh, heard something. Let's check the dash. Ah, there's something flashing. I think it's the immobilizer. It's flashing. Right, let's get this in. Let's get this whipped in, and then we'll ready to turn that key. Right, we've got the battery in. I've just rested the tank down. Nothing's in there permanently. So the purpose of getting this key in. Right, let me get the keys. We're going to turn this on and see if it actually comes to life. Right, there's a moment of truth, guys. Right, let's get this key in. Oh, I'm dreading it. Right, let's get the key in. Oh, we've got lights. We've got lights. Now let's see what the mileage is saying. So it's got 13,931, I think it was. Right, I'm just gonna go for it. It's no point whinging. Right, so there's ABS light flashing. There's a spanner light, and I'm assuming that's for the service. Right, let's go for it. Let's just switch it on. Oh, the fuel filter's kicked in. The fuel line. It's in neutral. This dash is pretty sick. Right, I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, I think we have to. Let me get around to the other side, guys. So exciting. Right. Right, side stands down. Fuel. I'm just waiting for it to prime. Let's switch it back off again one more time. How do you switch it off? Right, let's just switch it off. Right, switch it back on. Oh my days. Right, gonna go for it. One, clutch in. 1, 2, 3. What the hell? If you heard that, guys, when it's starting, there's literally, it sounds like there's no compression there. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to get defeat on this bike. What I'm going to do, the fuel filter's priming, I can hear that, and I'm sure you guys can hear it. The battery's fine. It just sounds like there's something like blowing out, like something blowing somewhere. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift this tank again. I'm going to take the battery back out, and then I'm going to take off the air filter and the housing, and then have a look underneath, make sure if there's any plugs have been chewed away or anything frayed, anything that's going to stop it from starting. Right, let's do that now. Right, so I've taken the battery out, so we need to take these two, those are some kind of holders there for the battery. We need to take them two out, two Allen bolts, and then there's 2 plugs here, so you take this plug out, so you take the plug out, and this plug, and then there's some star bolt. I'm so disappointed, guys. I don't know what's, honestly, I knew it was too good to be true. Right, so we're going to take these bolts out. I'm going to pull this air filter off. I'm going to see underneath if everything's connected up. Maybe something's just disconnected or come loose or something, I don't know. Right, let's get this off, and then we'll I'll come right back to you, and then we'll see if anything's under this air filter. So you need to take these, there's 2 bolts here, 2 Allen bolts, and these brackets should come out. This one. 2. Right, so there's these brackets, there's one on either side, so we're going to whip them out, and then like I said, there's some star bolts going all the way around, and then we should be able to pull this cover off. Right, so we've got the cover off. Now we need to get these intake trumpets out. There is some Allen bolts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 bolts, and we pull this off, and then hopefully this bottom should come off, and then we can see if there's anything under there that's stopping it from starting. So disappointing. Right, so I'm getting the last Allen bolt out now, and then these trumpets should come out. This is. Come on. Ah, there's one more bolt there. Hey, dear me, so exciting, but no, it's been shut. Alright, okay, right, so, right, so these are the trumpets that direct air into the intakes. Now the intakes look pretty alright, to be fair. Could do a bit of a clean. Right, let me get this bottom part, it should just lift out and we can put it to one side, and then we can get under here and see if anything that's stopping it from starting. I just don't understand what that noise was. So we're going to get this bottom out. There's 2 breathers on the back. Let me get this bottom out. I'll just rest it onto the side here. Just be careful. Yeah, what the fuck? The coils are missing. What? What the hell? Why have they taken the coils out? The 2, I can see the spark plugs there. Right, so we've got all the coils are missing for some strange reason. We've got one spark plug in there, one spark plug in there, and then the end spark plug here. This one's bloody missing. What the hell is going on here? That's so disappointing. Why would they have taken the coils out? Right, let me just put this in. Why? I don't understand why they would take the coils out. That don't make any sense at all. So that when I was starting that pop 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 pop, that was the air coming out of the spark plug. Why they left the spark plug out and they're taking the 3 coils out? That don't make any sense at all. And it's all been put. What the hell? Right, I'm gonna have to think about this. It's such a disappointing, but I was hoping to get it started in this video, but I am not going to be defeated. This bike is starting in the next video, no matter what. Even if I start it and the engine is knackered, I am starting this bike. I don't care. This bike is starting in the next video. What I'm going to do, I've already got some spark plugs for it. I ordered some. They are somewhere. I ordered 3 spark plugs for it, so I've got the spark plug. That's fine. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to get some ignition coils. I just can't understand the reason why they've taken the ignition coils out. And then the next episode, we're going to get them. We'll pull the spark plugs out, and then I'm going to do a compression test on the engine as well. Whilst we're here, we might as well do the compression test. And then if the compression's all right, I'm hoping so, but I'm not holding my hopes up now after seeing this. And then we'll get the new plugs in, we'll put the coils on, get everything back together, and then see if it starts then. If you want to watch this and watch the revival, please subscribe, like, comment, tell me what I could do, tell me what you think it could be wrong, why it's been left in this state. I just don't get it. It don't make any sense to me at all. Everything lights up, it's starting over fine, fuel pumps priming fine, but they've taken them coils out and that one plug out for a reason. It's mind blowing. It's knocked me. Right, join me on the next one. If you like I said, please subscribe, support me, support the channel. Let's get this one fixed. Let's get this one back on the road, and we get other one as the channel grows. Like I said, we are going to get other bikes on here, but this one is really baffled me. This is the first time I've seen a bike like this without coils in and one plug missing. That just doesn't make any sense at all. Right, thank you very much for watching. You've been watching 2 Axles. Appreciate your time, appreciate your effort. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one where we will definitely get this started no matter what. Even if I start it and the engine is knackered, I'm not bothered. This is starting. I will not be defeated. Peace out.
Subscribe.